Hello and welcome students to our latest session on tube lessons. Today we are going to show you how to write a letter to the editor. Now writing a letter to the editor requires certain knowledge about the form and structure of this particular type of formal letter. The first thing that I would like to tell you is that there are several forms or structures which are all acceptable. Of those, I have chosen a single one and given it here. Remember, as we can see, this form shows that first you are going to write your own address, which I have written as 47A ABC Avenue, Kolkata 700031. This is the address of the person who is writing the letter. Then you are going to write the date, and then this. Please don't follow the spelling of February. It's February. So I have misspelled it. Sorry for that. And then you are going to write the date 15 February 2017, and then you are going to write the address of that particular newspaper where you are writing the letter to, and then you are going to write the editor. Like I have chosen the address of the Statesman, so the editor over here you are going to write the Statesman. Then you are going to write 4 Chaurungi Square, Kolkata 700031. Now I have chosen this particular newspaper, the Statesman, and if you write a letter to the editor of the Statesman, please do something. You remember this particular address. The editor, the Statesman, 4 Chaurungi Square, Kolkata 700031. You have got to memorize this address. If you choose to write the letter to the editor of the Telegraph, then also I'm going to tell you the address. Then you are going to write the editor over here. Of course, you are going to write to the editor, then the Telegraph. Then you are going to write 6 Profullo Sarkar Street. Do remember it. The editor, the Telegraph, 6 Profullo Sarkar Street, and then Kolkata. The pin code is same. Kolkata 700001. I have written 700031. It should be 700001. I'm sorry. 700001. Then we are going to write sir, addressing the editor. Sir, there's no need to write respected sir or dear sir. There's no need to write anything like that. Just simply write sir, then put a comma, and then write the subject. Subject, what is the subject? Suppose you have been asked to write a letter to the editor expressing your concern over the continuous price hike of essential commodities. So you are going to write that topic in a very few words so that you can grab the attention of the person you are going to write the letter to, but you are going to write the topic in very few words, like I have written price hike of essential commodities. Now again, I would like to remind you something, that oftentimes you'll see that people write, first they write subject like sub dash price hike of essential commodities, and then they write sir. And I would like to tell you that both are acceptable. Both are acceptable. So then subject price hike of essential commodities, and then you give the introduction. Regarding introduction, what I would like to tell you is that almost all editorial letters that begin in a similar fashion, and I have chosen, frankly speaking, I have chosen a very conventional introduction so that my students or anyone who goes through this thing, they will be able to remember it. And this can be used in case of almost all editorial letters. I'll just read it once. Through the columns of your highly esteemed daily, I would like to express my grave concern over the continuous price hike of essential commodities. Say they have asked you to write a letter to the editor complaining against the reckless driving of public vehicles. Even in that case, we can begin the letter in a pretty similar fashion. Then we are going to write, through the columns of your highly esteemed daily, I would like to express my concern over the reckless driving of public vehicles. So the thing remains almost the same, and we can also memorize this and use it in any editorial letter, in almost any editorial letter. However, there are a few other ways of beginning an editorial letter. Of course, there are, and if you get it correct, of course, they will be acceptable. This is the introduction part, and then we move on to the body. Now, body, this portion will of course change as according to the topic you have been asked to write. This one will change, and you are going to delve deep into the matter and write whatever you want to write about it in this portion. Then we come to the concluding part. Again, the conclusion of an editorial letter is almost always the same. However, I have chosen a very conventional one so that you can follow it, you can memorize it, and use it in almost every editorial letter. So, how do we end an editorial letter? I shall be highly obliged if you publish my letter in your daily and also add a strong editorial note to it, thereby forcing the concerned authorities to take notice of the situation and do something to control the prices of these commodities. And if they ask you to write against the reckless driving of public vehicles, what are we going to write? We are going to write in the same vein. We are going to write, I shall be highly obliged if you publish my letter in your daily and also add a strong editorial note to it, thereby forcing the concerned authorities to take notice of the situation. Up to here, the thing will be absolutely same. And then we are going to simply write and do something to control or to carve down the reckless driving of public vehicles. Then we are going to write yours sincerely, and then you sign off. You write your name. So this is a very acceptable format and structure of an editorial letter. I would like to remind you once again that there are various other ways of writing an editorial letter, and if you get it correct, all of them are acceptable. But this is a very conventional one, and you can always follow this to get good results. Thank you, students, for tuning in to Tube Lessons. Hope to see you soon.
For testing your understanding of this lesson and more videos, log on to www.tubelessons.net.